Hey everybody, let's get into the basics of equations. So we have an entire chapter later on dedicated to actually solving equations and doing things to both sides of the equation, and you've probably seen those. This particular lesson is just all about the basics. So for instance, hey look, here's a number. Does that make the equation work? That's the first example actually. Here's x equals 2. Does that make the equation work? Well, you would just plug it in and you'd find out. So you're going to put 2 into the x spot and you're just going to test it out. Now, 5 times 2 is 10. 10 minus 4 equals 6. Is the value a solution of the equation? Why, yes. Yes, it is. 10 minus 4 is 6. That's all that's happening here. Okay, so don't think we're going to get, too deep into dealing with equations. This lesson is more just true, false, yes, no, that sort of thing. All right, example number 2. Is 8 divided by 4 equal to 2? So you're plugging in 8 for x, and you're just testing it out. Is the value a solution? Why, yes, I think it is. All right, example number 3. You're plugging in 6 into the a spot. So you've got 2 times 6 plus 3 equals 9. You could probably work that out in your head. 2 times 6 is 12. 12 plus 3 equals 9, or actually it doesn't. If it was minus, it would have worked. But in this case, 12 plus 3 equals 9. That is not true. All right, example number 4. Is this equation true or false? Well, let's work it out. Now, you could either add the 2 and the 4 together and then multiply. That would be order of operations. Or you could distribute using the distributive property, obviously. Now, I don't care. It's all good. In this case, since I know that 2 plus 4 is 6, I'm just going to look at it like that. 3 times 6 is 9. No. I'm pretty sure that's going to be false. 3 plus 6 is 9, but 3 times 6 is 18. 3 plus a negative 3 is negative 6. Well, if I take a positive 3 and I add it to a negative 3, they should probably cancel out. I have $3. I owe $3. That means I get nothing. So that would also be false. 15 divided by negative 5 is negative 3. So you're just sort of testing it out. You're figuring it out. A positive divided by a negative should be a negative, and 5 goes into 15 3 times. Yep, that all checked out with me. I'm okay with that one. That one is true. All right, for each equation, plug in those values and find which one is the correct solution. So this one is going to be a little bit more of a pain because you have to test out everything to see which one will get you what you need. And there are actually some equations where you will have more than one value that works. But in this case, just a little secret, it's only going to be one of them, if any of them work at all. So you've got 3 times negative 4 minus 12. So that would be negative 12 minus 12. That doesn't equal 6. All right, we'll move on to x equals 0. So that would be 3 times 0 minus 12. So that would be 0 minus 12. All right. I guess that means the third one is going to have to be right. Let's just double check it, because technically an equation could have no solution at all, and we would want to make sure we didn't make that mistake. All right, 18 minus 12. That checks out to 6. All right, so which is the correct solution? It looks to me like x equals 6. All right. Now, example number 8. Now, I'm going to go through it one more time here. If you paid attention on example number 7, then you already know the answer to example numbers 8 and 9. So I'll go through this really quick. If you were to plug in -4, you would get 3 times -4 minus 12. So -12 minus another 12. All right, plug in 0, and you're going to get 0 minus 12, which would be -12. So that one is what we wanted. So in this example, it looks to me like x equals 0. All right, now maybe I made example number 9 too obvious, but if you plug in x equals -4, we've already practiced this one a couple of times here, the 3x minus 12. You're going to get -12 minus another 12, which would give you -24. So that one checked out right away. The first one works. X equals -4. All right, last but not least, label the equations as true, false, or open. Find the solution to the open equation mentally. 15 plus 30 equals 30 plus 15. That sounds a lot like the commutative property to me, so I'm going to label that one true. All right, 15 minus 30 equals 30 minus 15. 15 minus 30 is -15. 30 minus 15 is +15. So then why did the commutative property not work there? Why is this one false? Well, hopefully you remember by now. The commutative property works for addition. It works for multiplication. It does not work for subtraction. All right. This last equation looks open to me because it has an x, and so I could probably find a way to make it work. I just have to figure out which value of x would make it work. What number plus 15 is 30? Well, if I took 15 and added another 15 to it, I would get 30 because that would be doubling it. So in this case, if I was just doing it mentally, that's what I would get. All right, I hope that helps you on your way. Good luck with the rest of your worksheet.